Hello and welcome to Celebrity Scoop. We're your go-to for all things royal and celebrity, offering you the best in news, analysis and commentary. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content. Today, we'll delve into the recent surge of hit pieces against Meghan Markle. It's a tumultuous mix of royal absences, disgraced figures and a seemingly desperate media. Intriguing, isn't it? So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable and let's get started. Stay tuned for some intriguing insights. The smear campaign is back, louder, messier and more desperate than ever. We've seen an abrupt surge of hit pieces against Meghan Markle, and it's no coincidence. It's a distraction, a smokescreen, a deliberate tactic to divert attention from the real issues at hand. One glaring issue: the Prince and Princess of Wales were notably absent from the Easter service. Their non-attendance was palpable, and it didn't go unnoticed. No official explanation, no press coverage, just an unnerving silence. Unable to justify this absence, the royal rota does what it does best. It attacks Meghan. The second issue, Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal duties due to scandalous behaviour, was reportedly set to appear with the royals again. The media knows this won't sit well with the public, so they resort to their oldest trick. They create chaos, shift the narrative, and bury the real headlines under a pile of slander against Meghan. And now, we're witnessing a laughable so-called scandal involving Meghan and a British author who's upset because a years-old project of Meghan's might have resembled her own. Let's get something clear. Meghan's project never took flight. It's not happening. Besides, similar thematic stories are a dime a dozen in Hollywood. This isn't plagiarism. It's pettiness in its purest form. What we're seeing is a resentful author exploiting the media's fixation with Meghan for her own gain. And the timing, it couldn't be any more opportune. The royal press machine is in a frenzy, attempting to mask royal absences, shield disgraced figures, and distract the public. And as always, Meghan is their convenient scapegoat. But here's the truth. They're losing their grip on the narrative. People are becoming aware. Their diversions aren't as effective anymore. And every attempt to target Meghan only reveals their desperation. So we're not buying into it. We're not engaging with trashy headlines or bitter nobodies. We're not falling for the royal PR circus. Let's delve deeper into the reasons behind this. Reason number 1, the Prince and Princess of Wales did not attend the Easter service. Now, this absence was notable, and it certainly didn't slip past the discerning public eye. The Easter service, a long-standing royal tradition, was suddenly missing 2 of its most prominent attendees. No official explanation was given, there was no press coverage to speak of, and the silence was, quite frankly, deafening. This absence was a glaring omission that couldn't be brushed under the rug, and the Royal Rota, the group of journalists dedicated to covering royal events, was left scrambling. Unable to provide a satisfactory explanation for the absence of the Prince and Princess, they chose a different route. They decided to attack Meghan. Yes, you heard that right. In the midst of an unexplained royal absence, the media decided that the best course of action was to shift the spotlight onto Meghan Markle. It's a classic case of misdirection, a tactic as old as time. If you can't explain something, then divert attention away from it. But here's where things get even more interesting. The media attacks on Meghan were not just a response to the absence of the Prince and Princess of Wales. They were also a preemptive strike, a distraction from other potentially more damaging royal news, the kind of news that the royal family would rather keep under wraps. So, in essence, Meghan became a scapegoat, the fall guy for the royal family's own shortcomings. Her name was dragged through the mud, all in a desperate bid to keep the public's attention away from the real issues at hand. But this is just one part of the puzzle. The absence of the Prince and Princess of Wales was merely the beginning of a larger media circus, a circus that would soon turn its attention to other members of the royal family and other, even more controversial issues, but we'll get to those in a bit. Stay tuned. Reason number 2, the anticipated return of Prince Andrew. You heard right. The same Prince Andrew who, a while back, found himself at the centre of a whirlwind of scandals, leading to his stepping down from royal duties. Now, the whispers in the wind suggest he might be making a comeback, standing alongside the royals once again. Let's take a moment to consider this. Prince Andrew, a figure whose controversies sent shockwaves through the royal family and the public alike, is potentially re-emerging on the royal stage. And this isn't a trivial matter, far from it. His previous actions and the resulting fallout were significant enough to warrant his removal from royal engagements in the first place. Now, while this development is certainly newsworthy, it's also a bit uncomfortable. It's the kind of news that might not sit too well with the public. So what does the media do in such situations? They resort to the oldest strategy in the book, creating chaos. And in the midst of this chaos, they subtly shift the narrative, effectively burying the real headlines under a mountain of distractions. This isn't an accident or a coincidence. It's a carefully orchestrated strategy designed to keep the public's attention away from the real story. It's a classic sleight of hand trick, a diversion to keep the public's gaze fixed elsewhere while the main act unfolds unseen. And it doesn't stop there. The media's arsenal is vast and varied. They've been known to pull out all the stops, using every trick in the book to maintain control over the narrative. But the truth is, these tactics are becoming less effective. The public's perception is changing. The once easily swayed masses are now more discerning, more skeptical. The smoke and mirrors are losing their allure, and the distractions don't end here. And now, let's talk about the so-called scandal involving Meghan and a British author. The controversy centres around an accusation made by the author, who claims that Meghan plagiarised her work. However, let's dig deeper into the facts. Firstly, the project that Meghan was supposedly working on never saw the light of day. It remained an idea, a concept that never materialised. Secondly, the author's claims revolve around similarities in themes and concepts, which, let's be honest, are common across all forms of storytelling. From Hollywood to Broadway, similar narratives are often explored and retold, each with their unique spin. The author, it seems, is trying to capitalise on the media frenzy that invariably surrounds Meghan. By alleging plagiarism, the author attempts to paint herself as a victim while simultaneously gaining attention for her own work. In other words, she's attempting to ride the wave of Meghan's fame to boost her own profile. But let's put this into perspective. Ideas are not copyrighted. They can't be. They are the seeds from which creativity grows, and they are shared and developed freely in every creative industry. Accusing someone of plagiarism based on an idea is akin to claiming ownership of the air we breathe. Moreover, the timing of these allegations is undeniably suspicious. It seems all too convenient, doesn't it? Just when the royal PR machine is in overdrive, trying to distract from other, more pressing issues, this controversy conveniently pops up. It's another card played in the grand game of deflection, another attempt to control the narrative by shifting focus onto Meghan. As you can see, the smear campaign is nothing more than a desperate attempt to distract and control the narrative. But the public is becoming increasingly aware of these tactics, and the tide is slowly turning. The truth always has a way of surfacing, no matter how deeply it's buried. So here's the truth. The royal press machine is losing control of the narrative. The smear campaign against Meghan Markle, it's nothing more than a desperate attempt to distract and control. The media's tactics are growing old, and the public is waking up. The once effective strategy of shifting focus and burying real headlines isn't working anymore. The more they try to smear Meghan, the more they expose their desperation. This is not about a disgraced prince or an absent royal couple. It's not about a bitter author seeking clout. This is about a media machine scrambling to maintain control, using Meghan as a scapegoat to keep the public's attention off the issues that truly matter. So what can we do? We can stay sharp, we can stay aware, we can refuse to engage with the trash headlines, the baseless accusations, and the petty distractions. Don't give attention to the nobodies who are only looking for their 15 minutes of fame. Don't fall for the PR circus that's only meant to deceive and distract. It's time that we take a stand against the double standards and media games. It's time that we show them that we're not buying their lies anymore. We can be the change that we want to see, and that starts with us right here, right now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay sharp, stay aware, and don't let the smear campaign win. Goodbye.